Hello everybody and welcome back to this Let's Play of Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Anyway, where we left off, we actually need to go to the yard. We recently called Wiggins to do some something special for us. And now, apparently we got a new suspect.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always. What happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk. But at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking. These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen.
Okay, that's all we can do here. Now let's go ahead and have a chat. Oh yeah, we actually gotta do this.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see. That's all for now.
Well, he may not have realized it, but he actually was able to tell us more than he expected. So, let's actually go. Let's take a look at our stuff. Got a couple of things we need to do. We gotta go to Woodman's Lee, and of course we gotta perform an analysis on this thing. Okay, so let's go to Baker Street first. Okay. Now,
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
okay. I remember completing this a while ago. Okay. That's probably not the right combination, but I'll get it.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Okay.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
Anyway, before we go back there, let's go to Woodman's Lee first. Remember those footprints?
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Actually, no, that's not the one. Okay, that's all. I think that's all we can actually get right there. We'll get more information in a little bit. Let's see if we can get any more information from the old lady.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam.
Obviously, she's lying. At least that's my opinion. But anyway, back to the yard. Obviously, in this game, there's going to be a lot of retracing your steps, a lot of backtracking, but this game actually, at least for me, it doesn't pull me away from the game because of it.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
To explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked, and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
And that's exactly what we will do. If you try going to the shed itself,
Locked.
you'll notice it'll be locked. To get the key, you talk to the old lady, Mrs. Carey.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh, my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
And so now, we can see what's inside.
Let's see what could be hidden here. Let us see what is in this box.
Okay, rotate the lock cylinders to form a complete line. Please note that some cylinders are deceptive. Yeah, just like what it says. Anyway, what you gotta do is basically just like that. It's a rather simple puzzle.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
If you wish to read this, just hit the pause button. You can also read this on, yeah, like I said, especially if you're reading it on my YouTube channel, just hit the pause button. But other than that, that should give you enough time to actually read this. Anyway, now, I actually think that's everything in this shed. That's everything that we need anyway. Yeah.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
It's definitely motive, but I don't believe we have enough information yet. Because like I said, I mean, harmless flirting or desperate jealousy, that's the question. At this moment, I don't believe there's quite enough information to really go upon. Yeah. Let's see if,
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Okay.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Okay, Cairns will be right here.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Okay, this is a little mini game. It's not too hard. Basically, what you want to do is hold the R2 button when you feel your controller vibrating. Keep an eye on your stamina. Press the X button when the controller doesn't vibrate. But it requires time. And you gotta, like I said, you gotta keep an eye on your stamina. Because he will try to pull back up.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Second round, same thing. Now when you're hitting the X button and you feel your controller vibrating, that means he's resisting. He's trying to restrain you that way.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Okay, first thing to do, just get a good look at him. A couple of things to look at.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, I find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Gold Wallace, damned Black Peter, Great Roger, who sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Pete.
He's a liar, a violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He's a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she had foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Okay, walk towards him like so. And just
Here it is.
do that. Then go back here.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
I believe that's the one we're looking at, but I want to make sure of something real quick. And automatically we're back in our regular clothes.
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, they've got nothing else to tell us. Let's see. I wonder.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
My archive. I can always consult with it. My archive. I can always...
I believe we're missing something. I'm just not sure what.
Leave me alone, please.
Yeah, I do believe she's gonna be crying for the rest of the game. Okay, let me see here. I've already looked at the map. I don't think there's anything left here. I've already looked at that. Let me take a look here.
My archive. My analysis tape.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
Oh. Yes, I do believe there is some information we are missing, but I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Wait a
These are the
second.
suspect's belongings. I wonder if these...
Of course. Let's see. CPR.
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Wait a second. I don't think he was trying to retrieve the notebook because he was surprised when we showed it to him. And I don't think that it's necessarily motive for Nelligan because, one, the harpoon. There's no way somebody like Nelligan could actually have such a lucky throw. I'm not even sure he would be able to actually lift that thing. And as far as the other guy, again, I mean, it all comes down to this. I do believe it will require a much greater strength than that of the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with the harpoon all the way through the wall. And like Dr. Watson said, yeah, it could be a lucky throw, but it's like one in like 1,000 throws. So now here's the moral judgment. Do we condemn him? Or do we absolve him?
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
Detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes,
How?
the tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is it?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible. But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Okay, now mind you, you could choose this ending. You could decide to choose another ending, or you can hit the touchpad to check your conclusion. It's really up to you what you wish to do. I have not checked my conclusion simply because, in my opinion, I don't want to spoil the game experience. Anyway, I will go ahead and accept this decision. And if you think another decision is better, you can write it in the comments section below. And tell me what you think. Also, tell me what you think of this game so far, and how are you liking it. But anyway, for now, that is all. That's all for this episode of Crimes and Punishments, Sherlock Holmes. On the next episode, I will start the second case. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. This is Sage, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, guys.